What is SmackNPie, SmackNPie here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Last of Us Part 3 video here in the channel. It's been a while since we talked about The Last of Us. You know what? I came across this Laura Bailey interview. If you don't know who she is, she played Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. She said that she will be open to return as Abby in The Last of Us Part 3. Now, we reported here that the outline for the Part 3 game is done, alright? We know that slowly but surely the third game, Last of Us Part 3, is slowly being worked on. Like, the entire resources is now focused on Part 2, multiplayer, and other game that they're working. They're keeping it under wraps. But as for Part 3, let's talk about Abby a little bit, you know? Where would she fit in this story? If, let's say, for some reason, this is the end of a trilogy and this is where they end the story, what would be the right thing to do for Naughty Dog, for this character specifically? Now, personally, I'm not a fan of her, alright? I said this before, we could have had something great. My only issue was her being unapologetic, which, you know, I understand. In her position, of course she wouldn't be. And she hasn't said it, but I feel like she might say it in the Part 3 to Ellie regarding what she's done. It hasn't satisfied her or made her feel any different. Now, she said that to her own people, but not Ellie. Ellie deserves to hear Abby's side of things. Now, in Part 3, first of all, we gotta understand what Part 3 is going to be about. Is, you know, Ellie going back to the Fireflies? Because Abby has found the Fireflies, one of the camps of the Fireflies, and she's headed there. What if Ellie has now, you know, gone back to Part 1 route and she's like, you know what, maybe there will be someone out there who can or who could use my immunity to make something better, to make something good. And we can finally expand this storyline of the power struggle and the balance of power between multiple organizations, military, Fireflies, and others once they get hand on the cure. Now think about it. It's not impossible to find someone in this world who is competent enough to a level or to a certain degree to make a cure like Abby's father. It is not impossible. It's just a matter of taking a trip, finding the right people at the right time. But I feel like the story is already there for Part 3. You meet Fireflies, first of all, they're happy to see you, you know, and whatnot. But they give you and Abby, or they just give Abby and Lev this new storyline. And the storyline would be, they found someone who could help us with the cure. So we got Ellie. Now we need the second piece of the puzzle, and that is the doctor. So you do a journey across the states once again to bring that doctor here. So it would be like a mirror. First we were bringing the immune person to the doctor. Now we're gonna bring doctor to the immune person, because that doctor won't have that equipment, he won't have that security, so they have to find him. And I feel like this could be a good chance, this could be a good storyline, that we go across the states, find this doctor, bringing him back to the Fireflies, and there you go. You get yourselves established characters already in Abby and Lev. Personally, I would not be a fan of it, because that would kind of sideline Ellie even further than she was in the latter part of Part 2. But you could find a balance between the two. You don't have to jump immediately. You can do the same thing like you did with Part 2. Start the first half of finding Fireflies, and the midpoint of the game would be that you found the Fireflies, you found Abby and Lev. From the middle till the end, your mission, should you choose to accept it, which they would, and they will, is that you find the doctor because Ellie is also here. Ellie's like, I'm gonna go with you. Fireflies are like, hell nah, alright? Do you know how hard it was to find you in the first place? Then Joel came and did that, and then you can have that dragged out scene, Abby and Ellie giving each other that look, and Fireflies giving them the look, and then you have this awkward scene that would make for a great reaction compilation here on YouTube. Could, you know, spice things up on Twitter as well. And then you have this whole journey of finding the doctor and whatnot, and then you can literally take it to any place you want from there. You can have a doctor coming and finding Ellie, cure and whatnot, set up Part 4, end of the trilogy, kill Ellie, it doesn't even matter. And I'm gonna end the video here on this one. If they sideline Ellie, this would be my final Last of Us game, which I am hyped for / excited for. Because for me, Last of Us has always been about Joel and Ellie. Anything other was always a bonus, right? So if they kill Ellie, that would be it for me personally. Like, I would not shit on the franchise. I would still check it out, see the trailers, but I won't be hype and excited for it as I was before. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Part 3. Do let me know your thoughts and theories and opinions and regarding Last of Us Part 3, because I'm still hoping a redemption arc. It literally is a redemption arc for both Ellie and Abby in a sense. Let's see if it's handled right. Susu, follow me to me. Arr.